Warren County Public Schools Sports Network brings you our first live stream of the spring season. It's baseball tonight as the Greenwood Gators, off to a 1-2 start, take on CEC, that is the Christian Educational Consortium, out of the Louisville area. They come in 2-0. They're 10-0 win over Wagner and 7-4 over Kentucky Country Day. The Gators, Coach Jason Jaggers, opened up the season with a 9-2 victory over Butler County, lost to Davis County 12-10, and then to Franklin Simpson the other night 9-8. All their games have been at home so far. They'll be on the road tomorrow night at Russellville. Scott Thompson, Mike Cleff with you. So we welcome you in on our platform, go.prepspin.com, also the warrencountyschools.org website, and wbko.com/PrepSpin. Also, we're on the PrepSpin Facebook page, Twitter, and the YouTube channel for PrepSpin. So as we get things ready to go, as you see, it's a nice cloudy evening here at Greenwood. Temperature in the low 70s. Been a nice day as we start our first live stream of the spring. We'll come back and we'll talk more about tonight's first game as you're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
That familiar sound of rubber and wood floor. The feel of the ball passing between hands and air. The squeaking of the sneakers. And the moment of silent breath, thankfully followed by the whipping of net. And the reward after. This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingy moment.
Scott. Scott Thompson, Mike Cleff with you tonight from Greenwood as we get things going on our spring season. Officially 1 year into this Warren County Public Schools broadcast. We started about a year ago with baseball and softball and track. And Mike, we got nice weather, and this is kind of what we want, springtime. We want springtime weather for baseball. We're outdoors.
Yeah, not only has the temperature gone up, but the wind is pretty much a non-factor tonight. So it feels like mid-April weather instead of the third week of March. And so baseball players will like this tonight.
No doubt. And we do want to send out congratulations, William Unsold and the Warren Central Dragons. What a run they made at the Sweet 16, coming 1 point short. Had a couple opportunities. There was some discussion about the putback after Isaiah Villaforte, or Jaden Lawrence, I should say, misses the free throw with about 3 seconds. There were some questions about, well, was he pushed? Was the ball Central's going out of bounds? But, you know, you take care of those things and you don't have to worry about it. But hats off to them. What a great job.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they had a great district tournament on their home court. Then, of course, they played well at Diddle Arena, winning the 4th region. And then, Scott, we've seen this so many times. You know, the matchup against Mayle, they win in overtime. and they were a confident team heading into that. That I don't consider that an upset. I thought it was a toss-up. It turned out to be that. But no question, it was like surfing a wave of momentum. That carried them into, the quarterfinals and then the semifinals. And Scott, it used to be a different format, but just my 2 cents. One thing I would like to revisit is playing the semifinals and finals, going back to the first year I was here and playing them on 2 separate days.
Yeah.
I mean, 4 games in 3 days. They don't do that in region. They don't do that in district. I understand why they do it, but when it's your biggest games of the year, I think there should be another option to look at. Just my opinion.
Right. Well, having been a part of it, I've been a part working those Sweet 16s in the past where, you do it. You got the 2 games Saturday morning, then the evening, you got championship, and it's been done that way for years. They went away with it for a couple of years.
Right.
So we'll see what happens in the future.
Well, and Scott, and the other thing is, this and we know this, during the summer, those young men will play as many as 4 games in a day.
Yes.
So they're not going to get used to it.
They're conditioned.
They're used to it. Yeah.
All right. We got baseball here. You got Jason Jagger's team, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody on his roster's listed as a pitcher but one. But talking with him, that he says he's wanting to find out who his pitchers are. He wants to find out who he can put in certain positions. His concerns are left field and second base right now, finding consistent people to start there. This is the 4th game, 4th different person to start in left field. Second base, 3rd different game where he started somebody different there. He's trying to find out who his starting catcher is going to be. But when you got pretty much, you lose 10 seniors a year ago and your freshmen are pretty much in your lineup.
Right.
It's going to take you a couple of weeks to figure out who can do what.
And if anybody can figure it out, it's Jason. I mean, I am a big fan of his, not just professionally but personally. Smart guy. He's going to give every guy a chance. He's willing to adjust. But like you mentioned, losing 10 seniors, it's going to be somewhat new to say the least.
No doubt about it. All right, we'll come back with our first pitch and lineups right after this on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
That's our national anthem. Let's take a look at our starting lineups as they've already been introduced. Greenwood gets their pitching warm-ups. Let's take a look at CECs, what we're going to call them, the Christian Educational Consortium. Reese Bookstore will lead off, the designated hitter. Cole Dabney in center. Xander Collins, the shortstop. Jonah Cockrell will catch. Hayden Thrier will be the pitcher. Ethan Hicks at third. Henry Armour in right. Jack Patterson's the first baseman. James Murray at second. And that puts Colby West in left field for CEC. For the Gators, here's how they'll go. Freshman Zach Davis will lead off. He'll play short. Freshman Andy Jolly at first base. Bryson Brockman, the senior, in center field. Rhett Dyson, the senior, off to a hot start at the plate. He'll be in right. Blake Marks, the sophomore, at third base. Ethan Groff, a senior, will DH tonight. Reed McClure, the sophomore, will be at second base. Joseph Rahill will catch. He's a senior. Cannon Jaggers, a freshman, will be in left field. And Caden Whittle will pitch. He is a senior. So that kind of gives you a theme of Greenwood, as they have a lot of young people on this team. As you see, Caden Whittle taking his warm-up tosses there. Caden on the year, pitching. This will be his second game. He's worked 3 innings so far, allowed 2 runs, struck out 4 and walked 1. He's thrown 57 pitches, not allowed a run in. So that's a good start to earn his way into pitching time each and every week here. Remind you, our next game coming up, we'll have baseball next week. We'll be Glasgow at Warren East. That is Monday night. Next Tuesday, Greenwood at Warren Central, our first softball live stream. And next Thursday, March 31st, Warren East at Greenwood softball. So we've got a lot of great matchups to come. We'll have our first girls lacrosse match coming up in mid-April. And we have 2 track meets to cover for you later on as well. Overcast, cloudy skies tonight. As Mike said, wind is no factor here tonight. You look at the trees, you can see there's nothing, which is unusual for March. Usually you expect a breezy. We know it's coming in the next couple of days, some breeziness, but here we go. We're ready to get our first live stream underway. Glad to have you with us here on our Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. Reese Bookstore, the designated hitter for CEC. They are 2-0 on the season. Scott Dibble is their coach. Caden Whittle will be on the mound tonight for Greenwood. We'll see how long he goes. Fastball up high, and that's how we start the game here tonight at a couple of minutes after 6 o'clock. Blake Harris at third. Zach Davis is the shortstop. Well outside, 2-0. Reed McClard's at second and Andy Jolly at first. That's the infield behind Caden Whittle with Josh Rahill catching. Cannon Jaggers in left, Bryson Brockman in center, and Rhett Dysom over in right field. There's a letter-high fastball. 2 balls and a strike. Just underway here at Greenwood High School. Corey Hart Ballpark. Strike 2, little breaking ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Aaron Fletcher field. So our first batter is going to draw a full count. So Caden Whittle has worked full against Reese Bookstore. Swing and a miss. Now the catcher's glove, throw to first. There's not going to be a throw. Looks like he's safe. Couldn't see because we do have a limited view here at Greenwood, so we couldn't see if there was any throw at all, but he beat it out. So Bookstore on at first. Cole Dabney, the center fielder, will step in for CEC. Luca Sandrella, committed to the University of Louisville as a freshman. He will not pitch tonight against Greenwood. They've had a couple of guys over the last few years that have signed to play college baseball. Will allow the stretch. Breaking ball. It's a ball to strike. Just underway here at Greenwood. Glad you're joining us on our Warren County Public School Sports Network. Always free and in HD, and you can go back and watch it any time. That was in the dirt outside, nobody running. 2 balls and a strike. You can go back and watch all the previous live streams that we have done. Just go to go.prepspin.com, click the little search button, type in what school you want to see, and it'll show you all the live streams we've done for each school. Got underneath a high fastball there. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cole Dabney. Early on, these coaches don't stretch out their pitchers for a couple of weeks, let them build up that arm strength. Of course, they're on a pitch limit. That's down low, and there's our second full count. As Whittle is struggling to be consistent, throwing strikes here in the first two batters. High fastball fouled right back. This week's really the week a lot of schools will get underway with their season. Strike three called on the inside corner. And Whittle gets his first strikeout of the game. That's his fifth strikeout on the year. So Xander Collins, the shortstop, will stroll up to the plate with Bookstore on at first. One out here at the top of the first. Outside and low. Nice stop by Rahill blocking that one. A year ago, Greenwood goes 21-14, lost in the 14th District semifinals to Bowling Green 13-1. Slider at the knees, a called strike. It's a ball and a strike. Foul tipped at the plate. Ball and two strikes. Other baseball tonight. I think Warren Central's on the road at Owensboro to start their season. There's a outside swing and a miss by Collins. Two straight strikeouts after allowing the first batter to reach. Cleanup hitter, the catcher, Jonah Cockrell. South Warren's on the road at Logan County. Baseball tonight. That one started about 30 minutes ago. Hopefully we'll get some updates for you there. Actually, Warren Central is don't have any games this week. They won't play until the 28th. They'll open up with Allen County Scottsville next Monday at home. Franklin Simpson's at Warren East for baseball action tonight. Wes Sanford and his team will get underway just a few minutes ago. Ball and two strikes to the cleanup man, Jonah Cockrell. Throw down, no throws, into the dirt. So Bookstore's down at second on the wild pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Greenwood softball opening up on the road at Russellville tonight. South Warren's at Logan County. Well, a strikeout to the side here in the top half of the first. Leadoff man gets on, they strand him. We go to the bottom of the first. Greenwood coming to bat, no score. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
Go to the bottom of the first, Greenwood coming to bat, no score. Top of the lineup, Zach Davis, Andy Jolly, and Bryson Brockman will be the first three up. And they'll be facing the pitcher, the #2 pitcher for CEC, Hayden Thryer. Warren East is opening up at Franklin Simpson softball tonight. Warren Central softball hosting McLean County, so things really revving up. Some teams will wait till after the boys state tournament is over with and they'll crank it up. But some teams got started last week. Some schools have several basketball players on the team, and gives them a few days if they participate to get back in action. Here's the defense for CEC. Colby West will be in left. Cole Dabney's in center. Henry Armour in right. Ethan Hicks is the third baseman. Andrew Collins at short. James Murray at second. Jack Patterson at first. Jonah Cockrell catching. Hayden Thryer. So we go to the bottom of the first. Bring up Zach Davis, the freshman, shortstop. Zach on the season, 250. He does have 3 RBIs and a triple here in the early going. He's drawn 2 walks. A lot of youngsters on this Greenwood lineup. Doesn't bother Jason Jaggers. He's been here before, done it many a time, taking a young squad and build and have them ready for the postseason. Zach Davis stands in, waits. Low and away. That's how we start the bottom of the first. Thryer. He'll throw up to 85 miles an hour. He'll be in that 83, 85 on his fastball, and he's 2-0 so far to Zach Davis. Ground ball to the left side and into the left field for a base hit. There's your first hit of the game. Freshman Zach Davis gets Greenwood a runner on at first. That'll bring up the freshman first baseman, Andy Jolly. Jolly hitting .500. He's 2 for 4 in his plate appearances. Has a couple RBIs, and he's walked 4 times. So, you know, like that from the freshman. Has a pretty good eye if he's walked 4 times here in the first 3 games. He's a lefty. Low and inside, first pitch to Andy Jolly. Bryson Brockman on deck, and then the red-hot Rhett Dyson. There we go, get it out. Thrier's next offering. Right there on the inside corner, good fastball above the knees. It's 1-1. Thrier's next offering. Looks like he tried to break it around that left of the right-handed batter's box and just couldn't get it to curve around the plate. And now they're going to have a quick chat here. Andy Jolly's ahead in the count, 2-1. It's a nice, comfortable evening. I'm sure here in a little bit we'll start feeling a little coolness to the air as the temperature starts dropping. But right now we're going to enjoy this good, warm evening here in the month of March. Jolly ready to go. Davis on it first. Short lead. Out of the wind. That misses 3-1. That's interesting. You got a runner on it first and working out of the full wind. 3-1 now to Andy Jolly. Maybe he's more comfortable that way. Softball action, top of the second. Greenwood leading Russellville 2-0. There's a strike. Even makes it a full count, 3-2. Warren East softball leading Franklin Simpson 4-0, top of the fourth. There's a little ground ball behind the bag. Can't get to it. And the Gators up 1-0. I forgot Davis had advanced there. So it's an RBI single for Jolly. That's his third RBI of the season. The Gators lead 1-0. We got to get back in the habit here. A little rusty, but we'll get her done. Bryson Brockman, the senior center fielder. 300 on the season. He has 3 RBIs, a couple of doubles, and he's walked a couple of times. Greenwood has scored some runs here in the early going. It's just getting the pitching to shut the other team down. There's a strike to Bryson Brockman. Lone number down the first base line, and he's going to be safe. Kind of hit where the first baseman had to come field it. Second baseman didn't get over in time. So it's an infield hit for Bryson Brockman. Jolly goes to second, so the first 3 batters have advanced or reached base here for Greenwood. That brings up the right fielder, the senior Rhett Dyson, 556. He's got 6 RBIs and 2 home runs so far, and they've been some shots. Here's a chance to open this game up here early for Greenwood. As they've got Thryer in a jam right here. Breaking ball, stays high for a ball. Blake Marks is on deck. Fastball stays high, 2-0. Both pitchers struggling here early to find the strike zone. That's a 3-0 count. Dyson gets one he likes. This one may go to Scottsville Road. You never know. He's got a lot of pop in that bat. Thryer now has gone back to working out of the stretch. That's ball 4. Bases are loaded of Gators. Jolly to third, Brockman to second, and Dyson on at first. That brings up Blake Marks as sophomore third baseman. Marks 167 early. 1 out of 6 at the plate. His one hit is a double. He's also walked a couple of times. Boy, Thrier's struggling to find that strike zone here in the first inning. Could be a long night for CEC. There's a called strike. 1-1. Marks is the 5th batter here in the bottom of the first for Greenwood. Two and 1. I'm sure Jason Jaggers is telling his team, be patient until he starts throwing consistently strikes. Fastball up high, 3-1. Thrier working here in the first. We don't have a pitch count, but he's up there already. Ball 4. Well, that walks in a run. 2-0 Gators now. The bases are still full.
Number 3, Ethan Brock.
So Jolly scores. Brockman at third. Dyson at second. So marks at first. Here's Ethan Groff, the senior DH. 544. 3 RBIs. No extra base hits early. And a first pitch ball to Ethan Groff. I don't think anybody started out with a strike against Thrier here in the first. That's on the outside corner. Looked like a good hard slider there. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ethan Groff. Kind of got it in on him and jammed him a little bit. And Groff fights it off, foul over towards the Greenwood dugout. So Thrier to the belt. Ground ball the right side. That's Murray, the second baseman. Flips over to the shortstop for 1. Throw to first. He's safe. That's an RBI fielder's choice. That's the first out recorded as that goes 4-6 on the putout. Brockman scores 3-0 Gators. Dyson down at third. That brings up the sophomore second baseman Reed McClard. McClard looking for his first hit. He's had a couple of at-bats. Scored 3 runs so far. A ball to McClard. 7th man to bat here in the bottom of the first for Greenwood, and they've played it 3. That may have been the only breeze we've seen tonight, as that was up around the chin of Reed McClard. Popped him up. On the infield, who wants it? Pitcher Thrier comes up with it. Yeah. A lot of times the pitcher will give way to the infielder, but he had it all along. He called it mine, mine, mine. Second out of the inning.
Number 2, Joseph.
The catcher, the senior Joseph Rahill. 167 on the young season. 1 hit out of 6 official at-bats. He does have a couple of runs scored. He's also walked. He's battling in there for that starting catcher's job. Thrier. Breaking Butters a stolen base. Groff at second. Dyson down at third. 3-0 Gators, bottom of the first. Jammed him right out in front of the home plate. Thrier throws to first. A little big stretch. He held on just by the tip of the cleat. Looked like was on the bag there. So that'll go for the third out of the first inning. 3-0 as Greenwood scores 3 times in the first to lead CEC. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Well, Caden Whittle had to sit for a little bit in that dugout. His team got him 3 runs, sent 8 batters to the plate in the first. A little breathing room to work with in his second outing of the year as we go to the top of the second. Scott Thompson, Mike Clef with you tonight. Glad to have you joining us here on the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. Thanks for checking us out wherever you're watching us. Hayden Thrier, the pitcher, will lead off here in the second for CEC. Takes the first pitch, a called strike. First 2 batters that Whittle faced, he went full count on. He struck out. Batters 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. Misses outside, a ball and a strike. Must have been just a hair low. It looked like it may have caught the corner, but just a little low. 2-1, Hayden Thrier. CEC out of the Louisville area, a Kentucky homeschool. I think they actually have a location where they may all attend. 3 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. Full count. Third full count of the night for Caden Whittle. Foul back into the screen. Three runs on 3 hits in the bottom of the first for Greenwood. We're in the top of the second. Swing and a miss. Took a little something off of that. Nice changeup. That's 4 straight strikeouts for Caden Whittle of Greenwood. 1 out. Whittle had 4 strikeouts in 3 innings in his first appearance of the season. He's got 4 strikeouts in the first 5 batters. Brings up third baseman Ethan Hicks. Stands in that left-handed box. He's ahead in the count 1-0. Step back. That's an outside pitch down the way. 2-0. Henry Armour, the right fielder, is on deck for CEC. That's a letter-high fastball. 2-1. Coming up this weekend, the Gators will host the Hot Rods Classic down at the Bowling Green Ballpark. They'll take on Ohio County, Collins, and Anderson County. Of course, the old proverbial weather permitting this time of year. Be a little cooler this weekend. I think it'll be in the 50s for their Hot Rods Classic. That one misses. It's 3-2. Swing and a miss. He had Hicks stepping out early on that swing there. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 5 straight in the game so far for Caden Whittle. Brings up the right fielder Henry Armour for CEC. Whittle working off the stretch, interesting, with nobody on. Whatever's comfortable. Breaking ball that forgot to break. Whittle's trying to strike out the side for the second straight inning. That one's low and away, 2-0. We'll try inside, we'll go outside, and it's 2-0. That's a late swing, swing and a miss. Little change up there. His Armour was way out in front. Infield, the center fielder playing in a little shallow there in Brockman. Check swing, did he go? Yes, sir. That right hand of the umpire goes up, and that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just missing outside. We got a full count. A full count pitch on the way to Armour. Strike 3 called. That is 6 straight strikeouts for Caden Whittle. Greenwood has a 3-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the second of the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Meeting personally with our clients and getting to know them. Going to court to fight for the justice our clients deserve. We're in the community across Kentucky to make a difference. We are making a difference in the lives of our clients. This is who we are. I'm Flora Templeton Stewart.
As you see, 3-0 on the scoreboard as Mike Clef got us a good view of the Corey Hart Ballpark scoreboard out in left field. Of course, at bottom right, one of our great sponsors, David Jaggers and Leachman Buick GMC Cadillac. We appreciate them and all they do for us. It's the bottom of the order. Cannon Jaggers, the freshman left fielder, then back to the top of the lineup for the Gators as Thryer gets his warm-up tosses completed. Lady Raiders are now up 8-0 over Franklin Simpson in the top of the 5th inning. So they're already off to a good start there, taking on Franklin.
Number 11, Cannon Jaggers.
Top of the 3rd, Greenwood still leading Russellville 2-0. Russellville, a much improved team. They were competitive last year. Inside misses. It's Jaggers turning back towards the umpire. A left-handed hitting freshman. Misses again, 2-0. Thryer has struggled consistently throwing strikes here early. It's early in the season. We don't have any of their stats, so this may be his first outing. We're not sure. It usually takes a little time to get up to speed on pitchers. There's a good fastball, about belt tie, 2-1. So just about everybody in action in baseball and softball here involving Warren County Public Schools. 3-1. Warren Central Baseball, the only team not in action tonight. They'll get their season underway starting next Monday. We were scheduled to have Warren Central in our regular schedule, but things got pushed back for them, so we picked up this one, and there's a leadoff walk for the freshman Cannon Jaggers. Jaggers had no official plate appearances, but had scored 3 runs coming into tonight's game and still does not have an official plate appearance. Gets credited for a walk there. Back to the top of the lineup, Zach Davis. A little single to left. Check swing. The umpire says he win. It looked like high, but it's a called strike. Thryer to the belt. Well, outside, throw down to first. He's back in time. That ball hopped off the throw of Jonah Cockrell. Tried one of those snap throws down there. Yeah, a little excitement at the ballpark here. We understand there's a squirrel that likes to entertain that runs just out of our view, runs across the netting here. So at any time you could see our friendly squirrel pop up on the, I don't know if it's in from St. Louis, that rally squirrel from a few years ago, if it's related to that squirrel or not. But ground ball. That's going to find its way under the glove of the third baseman. The shortstop's going to throw. Not in time. That's going to be a base hit. Deep in the hole as the third baseman, Hicks, couldn't get to it. Xander Collins on the outfield grass.
Now batting number 9, Andy Jolly.
Jaggers goes all the way to third on that throw. Brings up Andy Jolly. He singled in the first and scored. Strike, going to second. Easy steal. So the Gators are at second and third now here in the first, bottom of the second, I should say, and nobody out. Andy Jolly at the plate. There's a strike, fastball, let her high. Oh, 2. Down low, just above the shoe tips. Ball and 2 strikes to Andy Jolly. Misses inside, gets away from the catcher. Nobody moves up. Jaggers down at third, Davis at second. 2-2 count. Two on the way. And another full count from Thryer. Runners with their lead at second and third. 3-2 count on the way to Andy Jolly. Popped up, foul, out of play. 3-0 Gators. Eight batters in the first inning. Already at 42 pitches. Woo. And we're not even through the second inning. Ground, or rather line drive to the center fielder Dabney. Plates one and plates two. 5-0 Gators. A 2-run single for Andy Jolly. As the Gator bats continue to be hot so far on the young season. That brings up the senior center fielder Bryson Brockman. He singled in the first and also scored. Thryer working out of the stretch again. Runner on at first. There's a line drive right past Ethan Hicks's glove at third. West gets it in quickly. So the Gators have runners at first and second now. Still nobody out. And the right fielder, Red Dysom.
Number 45, Brett Dyschel.
He walked, was stranded in the first. Batting for the second time, and we're just in the bottom of the second. They've turned the lineup over. Outside corner fastball, just under the letters. Almost the exact same pitch, just on the outside corner, 0-2 to Dyson. I believe that's the first 0-2 count of the night for Thryer. That one just a little too far outside, 1-2. Ground ball, Hicks, the third baseman, throws to second for one. So there's one out. It's a fielder's choice by Dysom. Jolly to third, so Brockman's out 5-4. So one out here in the second. And Blake Marks hit into a field walk, then was erased on a fielder's choice last inning. Thryer with one out now. Greenwood with runners at first and third. That's a called strike to Blake Marks. High and outside. Evens the count 1-1. Runner goes on a strike call, and it gets away into center field, and that will score Andy Jolly, and it's 6-0 now, Gators. Staying at second is Dyson. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Warren East has now taken a 10-0 lead over Franklin Simpson in the bottom of the 5th. Thrier taking his time. So Dyson on at second. 1 out. Marks is called out on strikes. 2 out now for Greenwood here in the bottom of the 2nd. Brings up the DH Ethan Groff. Hit into a fielder's choice, stole a base, was left stranded last inning. Just missing, high and outside. Seventh batter here in the 2nd. Greenwood had 8 batters in the 1st. Thrier didn't like that baseball, asked for another one. .53 pitches for Thrier. There's a fastball called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. First district game for Greenwood will be on April the 11th. 2-game series with South Warren. There's a pickoff throw, goes into left field and takes a high hop. 7-0 Gators now. An error leads to another run.
Still batting number 3, Ethan Groff.
One ball, 2 strikes to Groff. Strike 3 called. 2 strikeouts the first 2 of the game for Hayden Thrier of CEC. We go to the top of the 3rd. Greenwood leads 7-0. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
We go to the top of the 3rd inning here at Greenwood, Corey Hart Ballpark, Aaron Fletcher Field. 7-0 Gators over CEC, the Christian Educational Consortium out of Louisville. After allowing the leadoff man, Bookstore, to reach base on a strikeout wild pitch, 6 in a row have been retired by the pitcher for Greenwood, Caden Whittle. and all 6 have been strikeouts. First baseman Jack Patterson will lead it off for CEC. James Murray, and then back to the top of the lineup. First pitch down the dirt for a ball. A little hesitant swing there by Patterson, ball and a strike. Just looking at the Greenwood baseball schedule, a couple of highlights, of course, this weekend, the Hot Rods Classic at the Hot Rods Ballpark. Also the normal Warren County Invitational during spring break week. Otherwise, a normal tough schedule. Everybody in this 4th region. Ground ball to the right side. There's the second baseman, McClard, over to first in time. That is the first strikeout recorded by Whittle that it was not a strikeout. Second baseman James Murray will bat for the first time here at the top of the 3rd for CEC. High and away. Top of the lineup, Reese Bookstore on deck. High fastball, and he went after it. Ball and a strike. Once again, high fastball, and Murray couldn't catch up with it. He's in the hole 1-2. One base runner tonight for CEC so far. Swing and a miss. 7 out of the 8 outs, strikeouts for Caden Whittle. Top of the lineup, Reese Bookstore. A strikeout wild pitch allowed him to get on base. Advanced to second on a wild pitch. That's where he was stranded, and then Whittle's just taken over the game from there. Whittle worked 3 innings in his first contest. He's in the 3rd here. He's not had to throw as many pitches, I would imagine, as his counterpart. Up high for a ball. Breaking ball, that's a called strike taken. So Bookstore evens the count at 1-1. Last regular season scheduled game for Greenwood is on May 13th. They'll host Cumberland County. Foul tipped at the plate, 1-2 now to Bookstore. And that will be our last baseball game on May 13th, Cumberland County here at Greenwood, 1-2. We'll have South Warren here at Greenwood on April the 11th. Just look at baseball schedule. Also Greenwood at Warren Central on the April the 18th. Baseball-wise, we will have Greenwood here hosting Warren East on May 2nd. And then May 13th hosting Cumberland County. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Whittle is whittling them down. Go to the bottom of the 3rd. 7-0 Gators. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
That familiar sound of rubber and wood floor. The feel of the ball passing between hands and air. The squeaking of the sneakers. And a moment of silent breath, thankfully followed by the whipping of net. And the reward after. This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingy moment.
Nothing brings more happiness than the love and joy of a baby. We're a law firm that is here to protect children. If they're injured, we want to make sure that they have a future. I'm Flora Templeton Stewart.
We go to the bottom of the third. The Gators leading 7-0 over CEC. We go to the top of the sixth. Warren East leads Franklin Simpson 10-1. Last score we had, Greenwood was leading Russellville 2-0 softball. Baseball, we'll try to get you updated, see if we have any other scores coming our way. As Thryer goes back to the mound for CEC. It was top of the third. Last score we had, Greenwood and Russellville softball. Of course, Greenwood is hosting Russellville, just behind us a little bit. Thryer gets his warm-up, tosses in, and here we go. Of course, Warren East is on the road at Franklin Simpson. Softball. Baseball, South Warren at Logan, and Warren East hosting or at Franklin Simpson. I believe, a little number in front of the plate. Pitcher throws in time. So that Reed McClard leads off with a 1-3 put out. One out here in the third. First time in this game that Greenwood has not gotten the leadoff batter aboard. Here's the catcher, Joseph Rahill. He grounded back to the pitcher, Thryer, back in the first. Thryer falls behind 1-0. Down low again, 2-0. Got to be near 60 or low 60 pitches here for Thryer. Ground ball, and that one's going to roll foul. Good job by Ethan Hicks, the third baseman for CEC. Just kind of one of those slow rollers down there that took a hop. And it looked like it was going foul, and he let it go foul. If he charges, I'm not sure he's able to get Rahill out because it was not sharply hit. Thrier's 2-1. That's a letter high fastball. 2-2. Full count. All four. Got a courtesy for our catcher. Siler Talley. Cannon Jaggers walked and scored in the second. Looking for his first official at bat of the year. Long look by Thryer. Runner going. Throw's going to be to the third base side, and he's out. That's a good job by Xander Collins. That ball was thrown to the third base side. He had to swipe around, and he got Talley. So he's caught stealing. That goes 1-4. So 2 out now. So Jaggers with nobody on. Oh, that was a nasty little curve in on him, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, excuse me, it's 0-2. Now it's 1-2. Tried that slider in on him. Pushed him off the plate. Gators 1-2. Won their opener against Butler County 9-2. Drop to Davis County and to Franklin Simpson. 2-2. Top of the lineup. Zach Davis on deck. Greenwood Lady Gators softball team leading Russellville 3-0. They're in the top of the 5th. Over behind us at the Lady Gator ballpark. Strike 3 called. First time tonight, Greenwood goes in order. 7-0 over CEC. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Top of the 4th here at Greenwood. 7-0 Gators. The center fielder Cole Dabney will lead off. The strikeout victim back in the 1st. Takes the first one for a ball. Gators scored 3 in the 1st, 4 in the 2nd. And then went in order in the 3rd. 2-0 count here to Cole Dabney. Stepping off Whittle. CEC's not had a base runner since the leadoff man back in the 1st. We're in the 4th. 9 in a row set down by the Greenwood pitcher, Caden Whittle. High fastball, swing and a miss, 2-1. Oh, boy, Ryan, what a beauty of a curveball. Curved right in, and that had Dabney faked out 2-2. Swing and a miss. Dabney goes down for the 2nd time via the strikeout. 1 out here in the 4th. Shortstop Xander Collins, also a strikeout victim. It's going to be a common theme up and down this lineup. Everybody has struck out at least once except for the first baseman, Jack Patterson, who grounded out to lead off the third. Nine strikeouts for Caden Whittle so far. He's behind 1-0 here to Xander Collins. That one bounces up. Nice job by Ray Hill. 2-0. Jonah Cockrell on deck. Outside by Whittle. 3-0. He has not walked anybody tonight. He's in danger here, putting Collins on with one out in the fourth. That is ball four there. 4 straight pitches and Collins walks. Just the second man to reach base for CEC tonight. The catcher, Jonah Cockrell, ended the first, strikeout victim. So now Cockrell, if he hits into a double play, then that'd be a 1-2-3 inning here for Whittle. Way outside. Go down as a wild pitch, throw it in. Nice back up there. It's thrown into short right. So it's a stolen, wild pitch there, allowing Xander Collins to move to second. That one misses up high. Whittle behind in this count, 2-0 to Jonah Cockrell. Cleanup hitter in the lineup. They've got him as they faked it. 1, 5, 6, 1, 4. Great pickoff there. They faked like the throw went into center field. The pitcher had it, got him in a rundown, and that'll go down as a caught stealing. 2 out now here in the fourth inning for CEC. It's a 2-0 count. Was it 1, 6, 5, 4, 7? 1, 6, 1, 5, 6, 4. Or, excuse me, 6, 7, I believe, something like that. Too many exchange of hands there to put that caught stealing down. Even Mike Clef says he got faked out on the fake out. I saw Greenwood do that a couple of times last year in some of the games we did. They did the same thing, but I think it may have been to a different base. But everybody sold it. It was the first base, yeah. Everybody sold it perfectly. A 3-1 count to Jonah Cockrell. Base is empty. 2 out here in the fourth for CEC. Full count on a foul ball. Breaking ball, tap to the right side. That's going to be 3 unassisted. Ends up being a 1-2-3 inning after all. Kind of a unconventional. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Greenwood up 7-0 over CEC.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
Get a good look at the scoreboard there. 7 runs for the Gators tonight. No runs and no hits for CEC. And back to the mound again is Hayden Thryer. Not sure if they have any more games this week. If not, looks like he's going to get in a lot of pitches here tonight. He's got to be in that low 60 range right now. 7-0 Gators. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Top of the lineup, Davis, Jolly, and Brockman. Nice evening here in Bowling Green at Greenwood High School. Currently 65. We started out around 72 at game time about 6 o'clock, so a little over an hour ago. We're at 65. As Thrier's first pitch here, bottom of the 4th, is outside. About the time we're done, temperature's going to be about the same tonight. The 1-0. That almost hit him. 2-0. Davis has been on twice tonight. Singled back in the 1st, singled in the 2nd, scored twice. 10-1. Warren East, top of the 7th, leading Franklin Simpson in softball. That hit him. Like it was a soft breaking ball. It wasn't intentional. That wasn't a fastball. That just a ball that just didn't break. So it's a hit by pitch. First hit by pitch of the night. Andy Jolly. He's been on base, a couple of singles, and scored twice tonight. Emma Markham in the circle for Warren East so far has 10 strikeouts against Franklin Simpson. Ball gets away. That's going to be a pass ball, and easily into second is Zach Davis. No other updates at the moment. We appreciate everybody reporting those scores in. Bounces up. That's a wild pitch. On his way to third is Zach Davis. He's hit by a pitch. A pass ball on the wild pitch gets him to third with nobody out, top of the 4th. Puts the Gators with a great opportunity to add to this 7-0 lead here in their 4th game of the season, all 4 at home. Inside part of the plate, looks like a letter high fastball, and it's a ball and a strike. Or excuse me, 2-1. It's a hit by pitch. Hit by pitch, it's a dead ball. Second straight hit by pitch here in the 4th inning. So Jolly at first, Davis at third. Bryson Brockman also with 2 hits. So the top 3 batters have 6 hits between them. That's where all the hits have come from. And it looks like they may make a pitching change. As they bring in to get his warm-ups, we'll step out. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
That familiar sound of rubber and wood floor. The feel of the ball passing between hands and air. the squeaking of the sneakers, and a moment of silent breath thankfully followed by the whipping of net. And the reward after. This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingy moment.
Here's a look at the new pitcher for CEC. That's the second baseman. James Murray is going to move over. We don't have the exact pitch count that Thryer threw, but he had to be in that 75 pitch count, ballparkish, I'm going to guess. So Murray will get his final warm-up tosses in. It looks like Thryer has moved to third base. Or no, let's look at this again. Now, Thryer is going to go over to first base. All right, we'll catch everybody. So Hayden Thryer is now at first base. We'll catch where everybody else is here in just a moment for CEC. His first pitch down low to Bryson Brockman. There's at first and third. Nobody out, bottom of the fourth, 7-0 lead for Greenwood. That is just foul down third base line. James Murray. Up high with a breaking ball. 2-1. Ground ball, that's going to find the hole in the left field. That's going to score one, 8-0 Gators. As scoring is Zach Davis. Stopping at second is Andy Jolly. So Brockman with an RBI single. 8-0. So Rhett Dyson will come to the plate. So the third baseman Hicks has moved over to second base. So that means the first baseman Jack Patterson has moved to third now. That was just a well-placed hit by Bryson Brockman. Jolly couldn't advance to third. The ball was in front of him, short left field. The 1-0. Outside corner right at the knees. It's a ball to strike to Red Dyson. Glad to have you watching on our platforms. Go.prepspin.home, the home of Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. The 1-1. Breaks over the inside corner. That's a called strike two. Also on the Warren County Schools.org website. All of our live streams are there. Also WVKO.com/PrepSpin. PrepSpin Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube channels. We're everywhere. Wow. Oh, boy, that was almost a wild pitch. Good job by the catcher, Cockrell, going out almost outside the left-handed batter's box to get that. It's 2-2. You'll always get us free. in HD. You know, you've got the Roku or Fire app. Look for Prep Spin. Put us up on the big screen TV. Of course, you can let us know on Twitter at WCPS Sports. We'd love to see your pictures if you're watching us on any device. Also, Warren County Public Schools Sports Network on Facebook. We'll keep you updated on everything there. We love sharing information about our schools. Ground ball to the left side. That's going to be deep in the hole in the left field as the shortstop can't get to it, Collins. And that will put bases loaded. Not hit deep enough for Jolly to try to score. So bases are loaded for Blake Marks, the third baseman. The top 4 batters for Greenwood have all been on base 3 times each. So that's 12 different reaching on base for Greenwood. There's a strike called to Blake Marks. And all but one Gator has reached base at any time tonight. Murray with the pitch. Popped up. Right center field. Who wants it? The right fielder camps underneath it. Henry Armour. And that's going to score a run. He'll get a sacrifice. Moving to third is Bryson Brockman as Jolly scores. It's 9-0 Gators as Marks gets the sacrifice fly. First out of the 4th. Brings up Ethan Groff, the DH. He's reached on a fielder's choice and struck out. All right, so we got a pinch hitter here. Going in. Caden Francis is the DH now. Takes a called strike. He comes in here in the 4th. All right, this will be his first appearance of the year. Jammed him off to the right side. Hicks has it. They're 2 out. Brings up the second baseman, Reed McClard.
Now batting, number 1, Reed McClard.
He's popped up to the pitcher, and he's grounded back to the pitcher. This time he's facing James Murray. Slow breaking ball outside, misses. Letter high fastball. Evens the count 1-1. Next week, 3 events for you. Baseball will get us started at 2 softball games next week. That's a called strike. 1 and 2. 9-0 Gators. 3 in the first, 4 in the second. 2 so far here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 out. A 1-2 count to Reed McClard. Holds up. On his way to second is Dyson. 2-2 count. Joseph Rahill on deck. Talley's the courtesy runner. There's a ground ball behind the bag, just to the left of the bag, and foul. Warren East wins 10-1 over Franklin Simpson. That is a final in softball. Top of the sixth, Greenwood leading Russellville in softball 4-0. Popped up on the infield. Who wants it now? It's going to go foul and out of our view, but I believe the third baseman caught it. And that will end the Gator fourth. Two more across the plate. 9-0 Gators. You're watching Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
Well, they just made the announcement, half-price burgers at the concession stand, so if we go silent for a while, Mike and I have gone to get a burger. Well, the Gators got a new pitcher on the mound. Looks like Bryson Brockman's going to be the new pitcher. We'll see where everybody else goes. But Whittle with a nice job here tonight. Top of the fifth. Brockman will go to the mound. We'll see who the new center fielder is. We'll pick that up in a minute, but Brockman will throw for the first time this year. It becomes the 8th different Gator to pitch in their first 4 games. Gators scored 9 runs on about 8 hits tonight. So Hayden Thrier will lead off the top of the 5th for CEC, trailing 9-0. They'll face a new pitcher in Bryson Brockman. Strike called. Popped up. Behind the bag into short right, and that'll be the second baseman going to get it for Greenwood, Reed McClard. One out here in the 5th. That brings up Ethan Hicks.
Now batting number 11, Hicks.
Hicks tonight, a strikeout victim like everybody else in the lineup, at least once. That's low for a ball. Brockman working. It's a swing and a miss there. Evens the count of the ball and a strike. We're in the 5th. Dominating pitching by Caden Whittle for Greenwood for the first 4. 9 strikeouts for him. Strike 3 called. That's been a theme of Greenwood pitching, strikeouts tonight.
Now batting number 2, Murray.
strike called. Two out here in the top of the fifth. William Murray now batting. Two balls and a strike. William Murray batting here in the fifth. The Greenwood bats continue to be hot tonight. The 2-1 from Bryson Brockman. Up high for ball. It's 3-1. Jack Patterson on deck. Strike two. So Brockman trying to work a clean inning here in the fifth. That low and away, and that's ball four. So that is the second walk issued by Greenwood pitching tonight. Been pretty clean up until then.
Now batting, number 10, Patterson.
Brings up Jack Patterson, the first baseman. He grounded out to the second baseman back in the third. Fastball, Steve Reich. That's strike two called to Jack Patterson. Check on the runner by Brockman. Breaking ball inside, that's strike three. That'll end the inning. Two strikeouts in the inning from Brockman. On in relief. We go to the bottom of the fifth. 9-0. Isn't that 3 outs? I thought he called strike three. That's 3 outs. Okay. Not sure what he called there, but did he say foul ball? Must have been a foul ball then. Okay. Patterson's still alive. How about now we end it with a strikeout, after all. Go to the bottom of the fifth, 9-0 Gators of the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Meeting personally with our clients and getting to know them. Going to court to fight for the justice our clients deserve. We're in the community across Kentucky to make a difference. We are making a difference in the lives of our clients. This is who we are. I'm Flora Templeton Stewart. Nothing brings more happiness than the love and joy of a baby. We're a law firm that is here to protect children. If they're injured, we want to make sure that they have a future. I'm Flora Templeton Stewart.
Got another softball score to update you on. Back here behind is softball. Top of the seventh, Greenwood leading Russellville 4-0. Of course, Warren East has already beaten Franklin Simpson 10-1 in softball. South Warren on the road at Logan County. McLean County at Warren Central softball. No scores so far. Baseball, South Warren taking on Logan County, and Warren East Franklin Simpson are the other games in action tonight. Not heard from any of those, but if we get them before we leave the air tonight, we will pass them on. Glad you're joining us on our first live stream of the spring season. Baseball, softball, track, and girls lacrosse. Back for a second inning of work is James Murray. All right. Stepping in here or to bat is Jake Russell. So Jake Russell will bat. He is .333 on the year, has one hit, 3 appearances. One of those hits is, or his only hit's a double, left-hander. Jake Russell is a sophomore. Takes a called strike, evens the count of the ball and a strike. Murray, a little floating up there, breaking ball. Similar to what you might call a change-up in softball, the way it floated up there. 2 balls and a strike. Looking forward to our first softball action next week. Greenwood at Warren Central. That'll be on Tuesday. Next Thursday, Warren East at Greenwood. Year in, year out, 2 of the 3 teams that battle it out, seems, for the 14th District Championship. 2-2. I believe I hit him. Hit by pitch, so Jake Russell is on. Leadoff man here in the 5th. 4 out of the 5 innings Greenwood has had the leadoff man aboard. Here comes the courtesy runner. Let's see if it's should be Tally again.
Courtesy runner number 14, Easton Tally.
All right, so this time we got Easton Tally. So both Tallies have been in the game, the courtesy run. Jake Russell will likely be the catcher. When the Gators go out in the 6th inning, unless they can score some runs here and end it. Murray from the stretch. There's a check swing on a outside breaking ball to Cannon Jaggers, the freshman. He's walked, scored, and he struck out. Top of the lineup, Zach Davis up next. Change up. Called strike. 0-2 now to Cannon Jaggers. Well, outside, didn't chase it. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Murray with the sign. Checks on the runner. Up just a little high. 2-2. Tally on at first, the courtesy runner. Jumps out in front of that one, sends it down the right field line, and going to third easily is Tally. On the single by Cannon Jaggers, he gets his first hit of the year.
Now batting number 6.
Finally got him. He was he's 1 for 2 officially now. Now we got Cooper Davis going to come in, bat for Zach Davis. Cooper Davis, a sophomore. Ball and a strike. Ground ball up the middle into center field. That'll score the 10th run. Stopping at second is Jaggers. RBI single for Cooper Davis. And that is the ball game. 10-run rule. Greenwood will win it. Here in the bottom of the 5th, 10-0. We'll come back with a recap as you're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
See both teams in a circle around the pitcher's mound. A post-game prayer. That's great to see. Teams come together like that. Saw it at the boys' Sweet 16 a couple of times. And I know it involved Warren Central in one of the games, so you like seeing that. And hats off to all of our other Warren County Public Schools that were supporting Warren Central in their run for the state basketball. You know, it was great to see all the social media support that they got. Your final, Greenwood wins 10-0 as a 10-run rule CEC on Cooper Davis's single in the bottom of the 5th. Tonight, great job by Caden Whittle. He had 9 strikeouts tonight before giving way to Bryson Brockman in the 5th inning. Greenwood now evens their record at 2-2. CEC drops to 2-1 on the season. Greenwood's in action tomorrow. That's weather permitting, as always, this time of year. They'll be at Russellville tomorrow. That's a 5:30 start. Then they'll be at the Hot Rod Stadium this weekend against Ohio County, Collins, and Anderson County at the Greenwood High School Hot Rods Classic. We'll see the Gators baseball team in a couple of weeks. We'll see the Greenwood softball team next Tuesday. They'll be at Warren Central. Our next broadcast will be Monday night. We'll have baseball. We'll be at Warren East. Glasgow at Warren East. That's scheduled for a 5:30 start. Should be on the air right around 5:20. Final score again, Greenwood 10, CEC nothing. For Mike Clef, Scott Thompson. So long from Greenwood. You've been watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.